I'm Ernie. You know who this is. This is the MIG. This is tradition at the Breeders' Cup. I can't wait to hear who he likes. Let's go through it, MIG. Breeders' Cup Friday. Only 4 races today.
Well, we've done this in the mountains. We did this at the in the grandstand at Santa Anita, and now we're doing it in the sales pavilion, where probably a lot of these horses came through here at one point or another in their lives.
How cool
Although
is that?
now it's like craft services. Well, not quite, but I'm going to start with the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf, and it's so difficult. It's so competitive. It's so wide open. The Europeans look good, but the 2 best Europeans got the worst draws. They drew 13 and 14. Simrick's 13, Hit It a Bomb 14. So I'm going to take a stand against them, and I'm going to go to Raise the Bar, who I thought ran a tremendous race in the Pilgrim. Finished well inside of horses. He's not a very big horse. He showed he can rally into traffic. And a buddy of mine, Ed Olchek, owns a piece of him, so I've got to root for him as well. So I'm going to go Raise the Bar over Sky Marshall, who was, I'm sorry, not Sky Marshall, Conquest Daddy-O, who was so impressive in the Summer Stakes. And if I'm going to use a Euro, I'm going to go to Shogun.
Wow.
Who is more drawn to the inside, wasn't beaten badly by Simrick, and he gets a much better draw. And I'm a big fan of this horse. I just think he has a look that'll translate to American racing. So that's where I'm going.
Okay, this is maybe my biggest bomb of the weekend. I'm going to go with Highland Sky, who I thought was really good in the race that you like as well. I don't know if he's fast enough, but that's where I'm going to go. I have your horse second, Raise the Bar, and Simrick, and Hit the Bomb underneath. Mig, just in general, how do you feel about this grass course condition today, and what could it even change in the next 24 hours?
Well, this grass course has a great drainage system. I don't think it's going to be as soft as a lot of people are anticipating in spite of all the rain that we got. So I think it will be good. I don't think it'll be soft. It is a sand-based course, so water tends to run down through it. And one thing, though, some horses don't handle a sand-based turf course because it can be a little bit loose on top, so it is something to think about.
Dirt Mile. This is fun. This is fun because we talked a little bit beforehand. Go ahead, let her rip.
I have a hard time seeing anybody beat Liam's Map. I know it's not very original. It's not very daring. I just think he's very good, and I don't think there's horses in here that can run with him. I think he's the fastest horse in the race, and I think he's just going to lead them at every point of call.
Now, what if horses like, I know Bracer doesn't have his speed, or some wise guy Sands, another horse Sands, you're just dismissing Lee?
No, I'm not dismissing Lee. I would use Lee in my exotics, but I think the most likely winner of Breeders' Cup Day 1 is Liam's Map, and I'm going to take a stand that way. Liam's Map wins. I'm alive in a lot of other legs.
I love this. We'll get to this. All right, I am going to take a shot with Lee. Liam's Map second, Red Vine third. Anyone else, Mick? You want to? Oh, those are the 2 in that race for you.
Those are definitely the 2, and Red Vine. I love his draw. I liked his last race. I think a mile suits him well, and post positions are going to play a role in this race. They not a real long run of the first turn, and they finish at the short stretch. So basically, they're finishing at the 16th pole. So people have to be aware of that when they're coming. You're not going to the traditional wire here at Keeneland for that race.
Juvenile Fillies Turf.
Another race that's just next to impossible, and even though I leaned heavily on the North Americans and the Colts, I'm all about the Euro Fillies. I think Alice Springs has a real good draw. I like her very much. I think the mile suits her extremely well. I wasn't convinced about Illuminate until I was speaking with Frankie Dettori yesterday in the jockey's room, and he used a very key word for me. He said she is a proper horse. He likes her. That's Euro speak for this horse got a big chance. So that's those are my 2 there. The 3 Alice Springs and the 10 Illuminate.
We are exactly the same in this race. Exactly the same. I have Harmonized, the American, third. Okay, Distaff time, the big race today.
Another deep Distaff. Actually, in my pick 4 ticket that I put together, I came up with 4. So, but if I narrow it down, I'm going to go with I'm a Chatterbox.
Oh, you're kidding me.
I think she gets a good draw. I think she's been training extremely well here. We all know how well Larry Jones does in Kentucky. And I think you're going to get a square price. So there's a lot to like about I'm a Chatterbox. Wedding Toast, I think, is tough. Stellar Wind, if she can work out a decent trick from the outside, I think she's okay. But and Yahilwa, am I saying that properly?
I don't know.
Yahilwa,
That's the truth.
Yahilwa, I think I'm saying that properly now. I thought her race was terrific, and she has been training lights out here. So she's a huge price, 20-1. And if you think about Untappable, only beat her ahead, and Untappable would probably be second choice here. If you get anywhere close to 20-1 with Yahilwa, you're getting a lot of value.
Mig, I am with you. I'm Chatterbox, and maybe I'm being suckered in with how everyone's talking about how well Stop Charging Maria is working. That maybe I'm overrating her, but the way that there's so much speed in that race, I'm hoping maybe she can suck up for second. Before we let you go for today, did you enjoy riding the Keeneland course? And is it any different now than it was when you were riding it?
Well, it appears to be different. They went to synthetic. They're back to dirt.
The grass course.
The grass course, I think, is very similar to what it was. And I had a lot of success on this grass course. The Shadwell Mile on Altiber, the Queen Elizabeth on Tenski. So, Keeneland had been good to me. It took me a little while to win a race here, but when I did, I got over and won a couple of nice ones.
He's the Mig. I'm Ernie. We'll see you tomorrow for more selections here in the Sales Pavilion at Keeneland.